Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little minute. I have rebranded since changed some of the direction in which my business is going in. And with all that, I was just trying to figure out, how could I keep my YouTube channel going. I've been having some issues with getting content for my tech series, but that's still very much something that I would like to put a lot of time, effort, and more thought into. Aside from that, I have started my caregiver support group meetings. I have, like I said, I changed the direction of my business somewhat. And so I'm now offering concierge services more so rather than, we still will do non-medical services, with, non-medical home care services, but as far as having shorter shifts and quicker turnaround, and servicing more of the, not so dependent population within the seniors, and more active, whereas I was more so doing total patients. Granted, I still have total bed bound clients or whatever the case is, but that's just not it, a need or whatever the case is. And so I think I'm also offering grooming, so setting up those luxury nail and hair services within their homes. And just bringing that luxury salon experience into their homes to get service, or whatever the case is. So again, I feel my biggest issue has been being able to showcase and be myself on camera and with this business, because it's such a serious and I guess it's just a very serious, private, and quiet type of business that I'm trying to find where I thrive at and how I can use my creativity and my content to influence and attract more clients, more clientele, educate more families and things of that sort. So that's been one of my biggest challenges, I feel like. But yeah, so today I'm going to touch a little bit on what a caregiver is, what makes you a caregiver, who identifies as a caregiver, what else? And one benefit of incorporating our caregiver support group meetings into your life. It's a benefit. So, just a disclaimer, I am working at the moment. I am a caregiver or home health aide, whatever you want to call it. Well, I'm technically a CNA. I am a licensed nursing assistant, caregiver, all of that, senior advocate, all of the above. And so, like I said, I want my platform to be educational. I want it to be fun. I want, the stigmas and the stigmas that are behind senior care and the seriousness of it. Granted, it is a serious industry. I'm not taking that away. It is a serious industry. However, it doesn't have to be as serious, or it can be fun, you know, like it's a necessity, and I don't think people know how much of it a necessity it is, but it's also very hard work. And so that's where I want to try and showcase or broadcast the fun portion of it, or, you know, the behind the scenes, being able to meet these amazing seniors that we hang out with and we work with, and just showing what we do on a daily basis, or what I do on a daily basis as a caregiver, senior home care agency owner, and senior advocate, as well as, like I said, a community and family educator when it comes to being a caregiver. And so, like I said, today I wanted to start this video with just going over like what a caregiver is, the importance of caregivers, who identifies as a caregiver, and at least one benefit you can experience or you can gain from attending my caregiver support group meetings. So let's get right into it. I know I talked a lot and now I'm like, let's get right into it, but whatever, let's get into it. A caregiver, in my opinion, in my book, because this is my platform, I believe a caregiver is someone who takes their time to care for, plan, nurture, research, educate themselves on caring for someone else. Or nurturing, you know, whatever that word is you want to put there, but pretty much a selfless being who takes care of another being on a daily basis. No matter how expensive it is, no matter how basic or not as needy it is, whatever the case is, I feel as though a caregiver is someone who, like I said, they put themselves, I'm not going to say put themselves on the back burner, because ultimately you'll hear me preach, as a caregiver you have to take care of yourself and you know, implement self-care and, you know, all those types of things, which are very true. However, I feel as though the definition in my book of a caregiver is someone who cares for another being and selflessly takes care of that being, you know, for their better development. We're going that way, okay, baby? Like I said, I am working, so let me talk to my client as we are getting washed up and ready for the day. But yes, so like I said, I feel as though a caregiver is a selfless person who takes care of another being. Now, I'm sorry, baby. Now, who identifies as a caregiver? I feel like that's subjective. I feel as though it can be something you do as a living. It can be a job you kind of were, I'm not going to say forced into, but you kind of just landed because you had to, you know, care for a loved one or step up and do X, Y, and Z for, you know, someone within your family or whatever the case is. So that I would still identify them as a caregiver. I mean, in some instances, a parent, or not some instances, but shoot, as a mom, baby, we are caregivers. Now, I feel like I still want to put like explain the difference, or not really explain, but like shed light on how being a caregiver, you know, as a profession is a bit different than as a parent. Now that is a parent of a biological kid, in my opinion, because if you take on like foster parenting or you know, anything similar like that, then you now become a professional caregiver, in my opinion. So I'll just put that in front of it. We'll talk about professional caregivers, and I do feel as though a professional caregiver can identify as someone who now cares for a loved one as their job. Because again, in my opinion, it's still a professional career, and it's something you're doing as a job. Now, We got through what is a caregiver. What do we identify? I mean, who can identify as a caregiver? Here's the thing. Caregiving is not an easy job. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if you take the parent aspect of it, like, it's not an easy job. It's not, it's not, no, it's not an easy job at all. Please hear me when I say that. However, it's one of those jobs that can be very rewarding and fulfilling, nurturing. You learn a lot of patience. You learn a lot about yourself when it comes to being a caregiver, or or let me say professionally caring for someone. I feel as though with all the good that comes from being a caregiver, it can be such a hard, exhausting, non-rewarding in some moments, selfless. It along with all the good things, there are some cons, or a lot of cons, that can come with being a caregiver. And so in that instant, you have to kind of be honest and just understand that, okay, this isn't a job where I can kind of, just go with the flow. And I mean, you can figure things out when it comes to certain things as you go, but for the most part, you want to kind of have a routine, a system. You want to kind of you want to take care of yourself. You want to put in those extra hours, not more so for your clients, but for yourself. And so let me not get too much off topic, because this is, but I feel as though in starting my caregiver support group, the main reason is to kind of give caregivers that okay to I don't want to say complain, but in a sense, like, that okay to let your hair down and vent. That's a better word. Let your hair down and vent, and just really get around some people who may really understand what it is that you're going through, and not someone who can just, oh yeah, I get it. It can be hard, but ultimately, you're doing it for a good reason. Granted, though, it's great advice, but sometimes it's not what you need. Sometimes it's not what you want to hear. Sometimes you need somebody who can identify and sympathize with what you're going through, and kind of give you that extra push, give you that encouragement, give you that pat on the back, like, look, girl, you're doing a good job. You got this. But at the end of the day, this is a hard job. You're going to have days when, this is how you're feeling. And so you need to take that extra hour. You need to take, this time to do this. Or after talking to someone, who understands, and they understand, and they give you a little bit of insight, a lot of times you feel better, because it's just like, all right, they didn't look at it as me complaining, or they didn't look at it as I hate my job. And like, no, sometimes I just need to let it out. Sometimes I just need to talk my trash. Sometimes I just need to let somebody know about themselves, but I can't really tell them about themselves. And so that was one of the main reasons I started my job as I started the caregiver support groups. Now, in addition to that, I also started the caregiver support group because I understand that having people around you who do the same things, from different backgrounds, what else? Different personalities, different education, different experiences, things of that sort, and they do the same profession, you get different perspectives. And so when we have different topics, or when we have open dialogue, we are essentially educating each other. We are sharing experiences and insights that can help the next caregiver in their daily, their daily work schedule, or their daily routines. And I feel as though that's important. A lot of people who work in this profession have not had the proper education, or have went to schooling for this, especially the ones who take care of their family members. And so I feel like these open discussions and dialogue, they help with that. They create those safe spaces to kind of learn and not so professional, and I don't want to say, I'm gonna just say like stuck up, because like in college and like those trade classes, some of the people be thinking they better than the rest of us, but ultimately, baby, we all here for the same thing. And so it can be humbling, it can be refreshing, all those different things. And so I know I've been rambling a bit, but I'll close where I'll end with this. I feel as though one benefit in showing up to our support group meetings, one benefit I feel as though could be for you as a caregiver, making you feel less lonely, less depressed, and less patient on the job. All of the above. I feel as though in coming to our meetings, the reason that you will feel less stressed, less anxious, less patient. All right, baby, we're going the other way, okay? Is because you have that. For one, you'll have that moment to be able to work through, talk out your issues that you're having, ask some questions, get some insight on how to better deal with certain situations on the job, off the job, surrounding the job, etc. But it'll help you to not keep everything so bottled in. It'll help you to, I'm telling you, getting that what is it called? Like when you share something and there's somebody else there who like literally completely understands what you're saying, can give you tangible examples or whatever the case is, and when they go through their experience, you're just like, ooh, that feels so good. I'm so glad y'all don't think I'm crazy. I'm so glad y'all can sympathize or identify with, what I'm saying here. And so that makes a big difference in itself. Learning tools on how to manage your stress better, learning how to better deal with on-the-job issues. All those make a difference in your day-to-day working, in your day-to-day mindset, your day-to-day emotional stress. And so mental stress, all that plays a part. And so if you can get some help with that and find better ways, tips, and tools to deal with those things and get through it, then it makes your everyday easier. It makes it less stressful. It makes you more patient. It makes you want to go the extra mile. It makes you have that extra energy to educate yourself on something, or have that extra energy to maybe go out with someone you met at the caregiver support group, and y'all can go out one day or something after work, and hang out, talk, but just building that relationship all together. All that makes a difference. And so when you're making a difference outside of work, and it's going into who you are as a person, and how you are handling your work issues and outside of work issues, all that make you a better person, make you a happier person, makes you easier to work with, easier to deal with, all of the above. And so that's my little tip on caregiving and how being a part of a support group, or having support as a caregiver can benefit you, and why I feel as though or who I feel as though identifies as a caregiver. And so I hope you enjoy my video. I know my video doesn't really have much to do with my audio, but we are getting the content out this year, or from here on out. And so, no more excuses. This is our first video back, the comeback from CNA to CEO, the caregiver edition. And you can catch me back here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what it is that you all want to hear more about. I'll put all the information for my upcoming monthly meetup. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video, or I'll talk to you all in my next video. Have a great day. Have an amazing week. And don't forget to do something for yourself today.